somebody had sent me, so I'm going to be kind of all over the place here, but somebody had sent me a short clip from Queen Bee's channel from the other day, and it's just a very short clip of her saying that she believes I'm emailing her from like a different account or something. And I just want to make it really clear that not only do I not watch her channel, I have no inclination to contact her or anything. Like I said a month and a half ago, when I was angry, I did learn about her past, and those are just not the type of people that I choose to associate with. But I have to say, even though I just have a dislike for her, because of the way that she handled things. But here's the thing, I've heard about the lawsuit that's going on, and man, I read it, and the people that are, okay, first off, let me say this. This is a serious lawsuit. I don't know if Bullhorn Betty maybe had help typing this up, but she covered every dang basis, and what's gonna happen is because she put in emotional distress in the state of Idaho, you can be awarded monetary damages for emotional distress. And I know she attached a lot of exhibits, but when she goes into the courtroom, she's gonna be coming in with videos. And the reason I say that, you guys, this is a serious case. This is, for those of you who consider Queen Bee your friend, if you are encouraging, for Queen and her panel to continue discussing the situation, if you're egging it on, if you're down in her chat or even on other people's chats, and you're just making all these comments, about the situation, about the lawsuit, about Bullhorn Betty, you are not doing your friend Queen any favors. What you're doing is you're not thinking of your friend's best interest. You are just excited to see the drama of it. What you're not seeing is that this is, this is somebody's life. So it is, Queen Bee's life. This is her real life. And I have concerns about it, because if you look at the number of videos that have been done on Bullhorn Betty, and then you look at the one video that Bullhorn Betty did in response, and I get where people are saying, well, she said that Queen sold drugs to kids. And I get where that people can say, well, that's absolutely a lie. But the truth of it is if you see that, somebody was charged with manufacturing, it's very possible that what was being made ended up in the hands of kids. So, I feel like, when she comes in to that courtroom with the videos and the judge hears the cussing, the nasty, disgusting talk, the things, said about Bullhorn Betty, and listen, I'm not a fan of Bullhorn Betty either, but I'm just saying that from the judge's point of view, he's going to very clearly see it as harassment, because it's a lot of videos, and here's the thing, if the judge finds in favor of Bullhorn Betty, and I 100% believe he will, just because she slipped in that emotional distress part, and throughout all of her paperwork, the only thing I've seen that is inaccurate is her losing sponsorships. Now, maybe she had some sponsorships that she never publicly shared, but aside from that, everything that she put in there it has happened to her. And we don't know, nobody knows except for Betty. If her Cash App dropped, everybody keeps talking about, subscribers, but it really boils down to the number of views, how far it reached, how many other creators, reshared clips of what came off of Queen's channel, how far that reached, and for all we know, Bullhorn Betty's Cash App could have went from $3,000 a month to $100 a month. But with emotional distress, you don't have to prove a monetary loss, because emotional distress is emotional distress. If Betty, if it made her feel, some type of way, that's emotional distress, and you can't put a dollar on it. And for those of you who claim to be Queen Bee's friends, you're not helping her. If you were really her friend, you would say, you know what, okay, obviously, they're well aware that a cease and desist was sent out, even though she didn't receive it, but she knows, that it exists. And the judge is going to say, well, that it exists because, it's been put on other people's channels and Queen is in the chat, so she knows it exists. And she's still talking about it, so therefore, right there, she didn't comply with it. And so if the people in her chat were really her friends, instead of being just, selfish because they love the drama, they would stop and say, hey, you know what? This is our friend. Let's not talk about Bullhorn Betty, anymore until, this goes to court. And then, raising money for her, because in the event that she's found, so in that state where Queen lives, the average lawsuit, according to, the different things that Bullhorn Betty alleges, settle for $15,000, and they let you make payments of between $1,000 to $4,000 a month. So if you guys are really her friends, you would say, okay, we know there's a cease and desist out there. Even though it didn't reach her, she knows that it exists. Let's not talk about it anymore, so that we don't, get her into any more trouble. And let's see what we can do, to help her in the event she's found, guilty. The other thing nobody has thought of is, if the judge awards in Bullhorn Betty's favor, Bullhorn Betty just has to send that into YouTube, and Queen Bee will never be able to have a channel again. So, I just wanted to point out that YouTube is, between the thing with Candace, Wells, the other I think it was last night or the night before, people calling the police saying she's hiding, somewhere in the hotel room. Oh man, between that and then, the lawsuits and people going real life, I really think that I'm just probably gonna stay a sub, because I much more enjoy watching, the channels who just cover true crime and not the drama channels. And I actually just really enjoy it as a subscriber. And so I'm really starting to kind of lean towards just not coming back to true crime at all. But it really just, like, is mind-boggling to me that, you know, this, like, a large amount of people, and it was, down the rabbit hole news, I believe, is who was, the one that I watched who was covering the civil case, and I'm watching her chat, you know, and I see the Queen's in her chat, and I see, you know, all the other people in her chat, but none of these people are being a true friend to Queen and saying, you know, hey, let's not do this, let's stop doing this. You know, they're not being a true friend. They're being selfish, and they're enjoying the drama of it, rather than thinking about what can really happen to their friend's real life, and the fact that she could possibly lose her channel over it. And I see they want to run with this and that, you know, and they're bringing up Dolly, and they're bringing up Quentin Simon, but the truth of it is Bullhorn Betty, when she was in Chatham, Georgia, she always left once it got dark. I think maybe only 1 or 2 times she was there after dark. She always left and went back to her hotel room and left everybody else out there. So maybe other people did things that were illegal, but technically Bullhorn Betty didn't. Because she didn't get arrested for anything. If she would have been doing something illegal, she would have been arrested. And I've seen people mentioning about the bullhorn being yanked out of Eileen's hands. That doesn't have anything to do with Bullhorn Betty. So see, none of these things can be brought up. And even if Queen files a countersuit, she's only going to have the one video and docs that Bullhorn Betty did, and the fact is that it's factual. You know, it's actually factual. So really, what else is there? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Don't say that you're somebody's friend, but then be in their chat encouraging behavior that you know is just going to cause them, you know, to be in a worse situation for your own damn enjoyment, for the drama of it. And I'm telling you guys this as somebody who just, you know, personally doesn't even like Queen Bee. But damn, I mean, it's just mind-blowing, you know, that nobody is, you know, having a real conversation with her saying, hey, this is serious, this is not laughable. It's not laughable, it's not funny. These people who are laughing, it's not funny. It really is not funny. It is not going to just be immediately dismissed. Betty covered all her bases, and I'm thinking she maybe had help writing that up, because she nailed every part of it. So even if it gets, say the judge doesn't award defamation, okay, but she's still gonna win on the emotional distress, either way you look at it. No matter how you look at it, she's gonna win. And I just think, you know, if you people were her real friends, you know, you would not be encouraging it to keep on going. I had a real problem with that. And it's funny that I did, considering, you know, I'm just not a Queen Bee fan, but I really have a problem with the way her supposed friends are, you know, allowing this to just actually become worse. And this could actually end up being money out of her pocket every month, and could cause her to lose her channel. So, I don't know, I had things to say about it, and I wanted to say them, and, you know, nobody's gonna stop me from expressing my opinion, but, if I had friends like that, then golly, who needs friends if you have, an entire platform and people in your chat claiming to be your friends when all they're doing is digging your hole deeper. Those aren't friends. So, my goodness. And I know there's a lot of things that Bullhorn Betty has said, that people, it didn't sit well with them, like her saying, that kids should be, euthanized, that didn't sit well with people. But the difference is that Bullhorn Betty hasn't done anything illegal, towards the defendant in this case. She has not done that. She did the one video and she did the one community post, and they are factual. And I can promise you 100%, when she starts playing the videos, as soon as the judge hears the nasty foul language, the F word over and over again, they're just every single thing that's going to be said. Do you really think that the judge is going to not look at that? Judges get disgusted by that type of behavior, especially if it's multiple times, and it was a lot. And I'm not saying it was always Queen that was doing the talking, it was her panel guest. But she's responsible for what her panel guests say. So it just, man, I don't know, I kind of feel bad, for the whole situation. I really do. I feel bad for what happened with Candace Wells last night. It's just been so much, and honestly, I just don't think, that my channel will have true crime on it. As much as I want to cover true crime, I just see, like, so many problems, just so many issues. So I just don't know. I really don't know. I think that YouTube can be extremely toxic, but then I also see the good side of it. If you stick in the chats that are, I watch the true crime channels, the ones who have no drama at all, just true crime, and I watch the furniture restoration YouTube channels. Those are my favorites to watch. Like if you stick to those, it's nothing that brings you down, because I don't find entertainment in people just tearing people's lives apart, so I just don't even go over to that side. I did a few times on, with Queen, only when they would talk about one certain person. But, so I can see a good side to it, but I can also see where it's very, very, very toxic. And a lot of people are going real life, and it's just really not good. The other thing is, you really have to differentiate what has come from the mouth of Bullhorn Betty and the mouth of Dolly when you're thinking about this court case. Because the judge is only going to look at what has come out of the mouth of Bullhorn Betty. And when he says to her, well, why do you think that she gave drugs to kids or sold drugs to kids? And she's going to say, well, she was arrested for manufacturing it. And if you are manufacturing drugs, you don't know whose hands it's going to land in. So she's going to be able to back that up. It's just, honestly, it's just a mess. And then I see all these other people who are making content, all these different channels. I don't click on them, but I see them in my newsreel. Let's make content and let's make some money off of this lawsuit. But you're doing it at the expense of, again, Queen Bee's real life. Her real life. Make it make sense to me, because it doesn't make sense to me.